She insisted. Chores must be split 50-50. I replied, then bills should be too. She chuckled. Nice try. Bills are the man's responsibility. I said, fine. The next day, I canceled all utility auto payments from my account. Her first hint came when the power cut out during her favorite show. For 3 years, I believed my marriage with Sarah was a balanced partnership. I'm a systems analyst, meaning I design and manage efficient workflows. I value logic and fairness. I assumed our marriage followed those principles. I earned most of the money and was content with that. My income paid the mortgage on the house, which was solely in my name. Utilities, car payments, insurance, the backbone of our comfortable life were covered by me. Her earnings from a part-time boutique manager job were hers to spend freely. In exchange for my financial input, I did the typical man's work at home. Yard work, repairs, trash duty, car maintenance. She handled most indoor chores, cooking, cleaning, laundry. It was a traditional setup, but it worked. Balance and harmony prevailed until last Tuesday when she decided to renegotiate the entire arrangement alone. She brought a printed spreadsheet to the kitchen table. It was a chore chart dividing all household tasks, dusting, vacuuming, laundry, cooking, into 2 equal columns. I've been thinking, Mike, she began, voice steely and determined. This setup isn't fair to me. I'm a modern woman and believe in an equal partnership. Chores should be split 50-50. I studied the detailed spreadsheet. Okay, I said carefully. I want you happy, but if chores are 50-50, then financial responsibilities should be 2, right? I expected a reasonable discussion. Instead, she laughed, a sharp, condescending laugh that made me feel small. Nice try, she said smugly. But no, bills are the man's job. You're the provider. That's your role. My role is me. I stared. The hypocrisy was stunning. She wanted the benefits of modern equality without financial responsibility. 50-50 on chores, but 0% on mortgage. She wanted her feminist cake and to have me pay for it. In that moment, my accommodating husband brain went silent. The systems analyst took over. I saw the flaw, a critical system error so severe it threatened the entire operation. A system so unbalanced cannot last. It's destined for failure. I said nothing. Arguing with flawed logic wastes energy. The only way to prove a broken system is to let it crash. I faced her calmly. Fine, I said. Triumph lit her face. She'd won. The man of the house was put in his place. Good, she said, pushing the chore chart forward. Your week to clean the bathroom starts tomorrow. The next morning, while she was at work, I sat at my computer and opened my bank's online portal, the account funding our whole life. I went to auto payments, mortgage, electricity, gas, water, high-speed internet, premium cable, cell phone plans, streaming services. One by one, with careful precision, I canceled them all. Then I transferred a large part of my savings to a secret account she didn't know about, protecting my assets from the coming crash. I did my chores that week, cleaned bathrooms, vacuumed. The perfect 50-50 partner. Sarah was thrilled. She had renegotiated life to keep benefits without responsibility. She thought she'd won. She hadn't seen the system was already failing. The first failure came about a week later. Update 1. The first domino fell on a Thursday night, 8 days after our talk. It was the season finale of her favorite reality show about rich women arguing on yachts. Sarah was on the sofa, glass of wine in hand, absorbed in the drama. At 9:27 p.m., during a tense scene, everything went dark. TV, lights, AC, all dead, plunging the room into silence and blackness. What the hell? Sarah yelled. Did you blow a fuse? No, I said calmly from the kitchen. The whole neighborhood is out. I knew the truth. The electricity bill due 3 days before was unpaid, the first time in 8 years. The utility company sent final warnings by email, ignored by me, then cut power. Sarah fumbled for her phone's flashlight. I'll check their website, she grumbled, annoyed. This is ridiculous. I'm missing the finale. She tapped her phone. Weird, no online access, Wi-Fi down? Looks like it, I said. The internet bill to the same company was unpaid and service suspended that afternoon. I'll use my data, she muttered, frustrated, but no signal came. What's going on? She asked. Our cell phone plan was suspended this morning for non-payment, I explained calmly. She shone her phone light on me, confused and horrified. Non-payment? What are you saying? All on autopay. I canceled auto payments last week, I said. I did my chores. I assumed you were handling bills as my equal partner. She was speechless. The logic hit hard. But you're the man, she stammered. Bills are your job. I said fine to your new system. A true 50-50 means everything is shared. I did my part. Did you pay the bills? Her expression answered. She hadn't even considered it. How do we fix this? She whispered, panic rising. No power, no internet, no phones. I pulled out a book and flashlight. I'll read. You'll need to call the utility company on a working phone with a credit card. Reconnection fees are high. I settled into my chair, leaving her in dark silence, only lit by her dying phone. Update 2. The blackout was just the start of Sarah's lesson in cause and effect. After frantic phone calls to her parents, power returned with hefty reconnection fees, just as I predicted. She returned, furious, silent, and went to bed. She thought the crisis was over. It wasn't. The next morning she tried the shower. Only a weak trickle of cold water came out. The water bill paid to another agency was unpaid and service shut off. She erupted, wrapped in a towel, yelling I was cruel and manipulative. Calmly, I said, Sarah, I'm a systems analyst. I'm exposing a flaw in your system. You want 50% of the benefits with 0% responsibility. That's not partnership. It's parasitism. I'm cutting off the host. That day, she grasped her predicament. Her comfortable lifestyle wasn't a right. It was infrastructure requiring constant financial input. Input I had provided and now stopped. Defeated, she went to her parents, seeking allies for a counterattack. I was ready. That evening, her father called, angry and protective. What's going on? Sarah's in tears, says you cut her off and want her out. I replied politely but firmly, I'm not kicking her out. I'm asking her to share the financial reality of her life. I recounted her chore chart and demand for 50-50 labor split, but refusal to share bills. Her exact words, bills are the man's job. After a pause, he sighed, understanding. I see. I'll talk to her. That conversation was the turning point. Sarah expected her father to fight for her, but he faced undeniable hypocrisy. The final act was the mortgage, the largest expense paid from my account. Days before due, I emailed her the mortgage statement with the subject, our 50-50 partnership, saying it was her half and asking how she'd pay. No reply. The first passed. I paid in full but documented her non-payment, the final proof of breach. Final update. 6 months since the reality show Blackout, the divorce finalized last week, clean and logical like a well-designed system. After refusing to pay the mortgage, I filed for divorce on simple grounds, contract breach. My lawyer, sharp and no-nonsense, framed the case around the chore chart as Exhibit A. She presented utility bills, disconnection notices, and mortgage statements.